Okay, good morning. Um, I'm going to be talking about the influence of curriculum and textbooks in mathematics teaching and learning. Um, I'll do an introduction quickly and explain what the curriculum is, go on to the South African curriculum and compare the textbooks and curriculum and looking at the engagement with the curriculum, who participates in the curriculum, and predicting the learner's thinking and also the implication of the study, then also look at the challenges and the references. So when we look at the introduction of the influence of curriculum and textbooks in mathematics teaching, and with the focus on the South African mathematics curriculum and how teachers engage and interpret the curriculum, and whether the textbook that we're using in the country, are they really aligned, and are we going to produce the type of the learner that the curriculum predicts? And we also look at the thinking from the learners. And with the curriculum, when we look at the definition of the broad term curriculum, we refer to Smith in 2020, that he stated that the mathematics curriculum document, it serves as a roadmap for both the teachers and students, and it provides the clear direction for learning. And the maths curriculum is a document that outlines the mathematics content that is expected to be taught and learned in a given mathematics course or grade. And that is the broad definition of the curriculum, but we dive into what the South African curriculum is, which is designed to develop students' understanding and proficiency in mathematics, algebra, geometry, measurement, probability, and statistics. And the curriculum emphasizes the development of problem solving and critical thinking. And in the South African curriculum, we have three levels: the intended curriculum, implemented, and the attained curriculum. And the intended curriculum is at a national level, whereby the curriculum developers sit and discuss what needs to be in the curriculum, and they have meetings and they decide what to put on the curriculum, and they expecting the curriculum to be implemented at schools. So the implemented curriculum, it is at a school level where teachers interpret the curriculum and try to implement and making sure that they are following what the intended curriculum is asking them to do. And when we talk of the attained curriculum, it's when now we do assessments, for instance, the matric exams, where we are going to check whether the students have achieved the goal of the intended curriculum, and this is only results based. And according to the guidelines of guiding principles of the South African curriculum, is that it was designed for social transformation and for active and critical thinking, and the high knowledge and skills, credibility, quality, and efficiency. So now, as when we have looked at the curriculum, but what guides the curriculum to be implemented in South Africa, we use textbooks, and we know that textbooks are essential resources for teachers to ensure that the curriculum is implemented effectively in classrooms. And we have figured out that textbooks are not always aligned with the curriculum. And they are sometimes overly focused on rote memorization and procedural skills, which can lead to a shallow understanding of mathematics. And when we go back to see um, what the South African curriculum intends to achieve, is that it is designed for students' understanding and proficiency in numeracy, algebra, and geometry. And we must develop the problem solving and critical thinking skills And when we have textbooks that only allow the students to just remember and memorize the root memorization and positional skills, we're not doing justice to the curriculum. And mostly when we look at the engagement of the curriculum, it's teachers that play a role in the interpretation of the curriculum, and they mostly engage with the curriculum because they have to read and interpret what the curriculum developers want for the curriculum to be implemented in schools, and they need to ensure that the curriculum is implemented in an engaging and meaningful manner that the students are provided with opportunities to develop their understanding of mathematics. And now, when we're using textbooks, you can predict the learner's thinking. So, if you have your saying that textbook can also be used to predict and shape learners' thinking by providing students with worked examples and scaffolding them. Um, the learning textbooks can also be used to encourage students to think deeply and critically about um, mathematics. So the impact of this study is that the maths curriculum and textbook can have a significant impact on teaching and learning in the mathematics classroom. And the curriculum provides a framework for instruction and can help teachers to ensure that all the content is covered and in an appropriate manner. Right, the textbook can provide additional resources for teachers and students to use, as well as support the instructions and students' learning. So we can also, like I said earlier, talk about the benefits of the study, that the use of maths textbook and textbook can be beneficial for teachers and learners in a variety of ways. It can provide the structure and guidance for instruction, and textbook give an additional resource and to support the instruction and learning. And the use of textbook can also help to ensure that all students are receiving the same instruction and that they are receiving instruction that is aligned with the curriculum expectations. However, when we deal with textbooks and we try to compare with what the curriculum wants, is that we tend to get to some challenges. And we're saying while the use of mathematics curriculum and textbook can be beneficial, it can also present some challenges. It's curriculum and textbook may not always accurately reflect the needs of the students or the teaching style of the teacher, and textbooks may not always be up to date with the most current research and may not provide enough support for students. Um, and then in conclusion, is that the textbook and curriculum are both essential resources for teachers and teaching maths. However, textbooks need to be carefully selected and used in order to ensure that they are aligned with the curriculum and that they encourage students to think deeply and critically about mathematics. And because we um, said that we need to produce a learner who can identify and solve problems and can work effectively with others, a learner that can manage, organize the activities effectively, and then we want to produce learners that can use technology effectively and can be able to turn real life situations into mathematics and be able to solve them. Thank you.